It's February 2024, and here are my 10 top reasons for leaving the UK and moving to Malaysia. My initial decision to move out of the UK was probably in 2006. And all I knew was I needed to work hard, make money, bank, invest, secure as much as I could so that when I was ready to make my move, I would have enough collateral behind me to give me the life that I desired. We don't all live to work. Remember that. You want to work to live. There are three things that we need. We need a roof over our head, we need food in our bellies, and we need something to keep us busy. What we don't want is the majority of our time, of our lives, to be spent working when we were gifted such a beautiful world. So here are my 10 reasons that led me to leave the UK a lot sooner than I anticipated. I've made some notes here so that I can give you something a bit more accurate. So let's start with the top. This world and what it is doing right now to other human beings, particularly with the taxes that we pay and the UK government, the way that they use our taxes, instead of spending that money on the country and on the people, they are spending that money in other areas because there is a bigger agenda and there is a bigger picture, and none of that bigger agenda or picture has our interests at heart. So I wanted to stop paying tax to the UK government. That was my primary reason. I ran 3 businesses, really successful. Alhamdulillah, I am capable of doing that again, and I will do that wherever I go, simply because I need number 3, which is to keep me busy. So I have the roof over my head, I have food in my belly, and I have something to do. How have I done that? I'll go on to another video and explain that fully, but first of all, my 10 reasons. Tax is one. I don't want to pay the UK government tax, especially if you've got the assets. You've built up the assets and now it's time to sell those assets. You don't want to pay capital gains tax, and you're not going to do that if you're not a UK resident. That's what I'll be declaring, because now it's time to offload some of those assets. 2 is children. I've got 5 kids, 4 of them grown up in reasonably good generations. The final 2, one is 15 and one is 8. The concern is greater around the 8-year-old because the way that society is changing, the way that schools are teaching our children things that we would never teach a child at the age of 8. Kids are being stripped of their innocence, and I want her to maintain hers, so I need to go to a country that isn't doing what the UK is doing to its kids. They're experimenting on our children because they don't know what it is they're building into their curriculums and the impact of how that's going to be. Simply trial and error, and it's all happening with our kids. So that was another major factor for me in leaving the country. But also, if I have a daughter, because in the Western world, yes, women should be independent. I was. Yes, we should be liberal. Yes, we should have a voice. Yes, we should be able to be the best of our ability. But one thing that they are overdoing is the sexualization, knowledge and attire and characteristics. Females aren't females. Females behave in a way that's undescribable. You can step out of a Western country and into an Eastern country, and people might think that those women are oppressed, but that's another topic altogether. What you have got is women who are within their feminine energy. And that is something that the West is recognizing, how the women are out of their feminine energy and how the men are in their feminine energy. There's been a whole role switch, and that was from experimenting with that generation. So now, the generation that is current is still experiencing new tactics, new trials. So my daughter, I wish for her to be absolutely everything that I am, but within her feminine energy. And I believe that moving out of the UK will give her that. I have to undo some of the damage that's been done, and considering she's only 8, there shouldn't have been any damage, but I can tell you there is. She is objectifying herself for the benefit of men, exposing what should be preserved at an innocent age, because that's what she's been observing and she has been exposed to. So my aim is to get her out of that. Ejection from a system. There is a system that exists in Western worlds, and it starts from kindergarten, where you will get brainwashed and you will be trained to behave and trained to do and trained to follow instructions. They want minimal leaders. They want majority followers. They want majority weak-minded human beings that will reform, will convert, will act as per their instructions with ease. And that is something that's happening right now. And I know that because I'm a leader. And I've been a leader my whole life, thank God. And I have followers. And I can see how easy it is to gain followers, but also to manipulate. Now, because I'm a good human being, brought up in a good way, I'm not going to manipulate people for my own advantage, because there's nothing to gain, is there really, when you do that? But on a higher level, you're being manipulated, you are being brainwashed, you are being programmed so that they can use you according to their own wills, and you deliver the goods. Main thing, work to live, don't live to work. At the moment in the UK, you will work 6, 7+ days all day, go out when it's dark, come back when it's dark, and you are working just to live. And prior, maybe 20 years ago, you'd have one person's salary that was covering the cost of living, and now you have to have 2. I know that because I deal with finances every day, and you people are on good salaries. You have a great income. You know, that money is being spent back in the UK because they don't want it to go anywhere else. They don't want you to save it. They don't want you to use it for anything else. You are literally in a cycle. You are in a loop. You are working your socks off to pay back in. Can you see that? There's no benefit to you. You might as well just stop, because you're killing yourself in the process. It is better for you to make something and take it. The one good thing about the UK is its exchange rate. And I'm afraid to say that that is all I can see that is good. The opportunities to grow, because education's gone. It used to be the best and considered the best around the world, but that has gone. The medical system has gone. It's been sold out. The governments themselves don't care about the people on the street. That's evident itself. They're literally in it for their own agenda. And don't think that immigration is a problem. It's not, because other countries manage it. Why can't we? There's a purpose behind everything that's being allowed. So then we go on to living among people that have got a simplicity, a humble nature. They're not judgmental. They don't discriminate. They haven't been desensitized to cruelty to another human being. Like, we have had seeds planted over a period of time to desensitize us towards being empathetic to another human being. And I wanted to live in a country where people were exactly that people were kind, and there was a religious fundamental practice that meant being kind to another human being was essential. Number 8 is the cost of living. Okay, the cost of living here is reasonable. In fact, it's beyond reasonable. Food prices are brilliant because they produce their own. There's no importing. There is importing, but the majority of food, like, you could eat out and it's still affordable. Whereas in England, if you eat out, you're going to get taxed for it, and it is only for those that can afford it. And eating out and having a takeaway once a week for people that are living middle-class lives is pizza. You know, you want to eat some decent, clean, nice food cooked for you once a week, just as a little bit of enjoyment. Anyway, that's entertainment. I'm talking basics: water, electric, gas, food, shopping, just general living expenses. Majority of countries that I have seen, they are still significantly better than the UK. The UK takes almost a whole wage to the cost of living. You have to have 2 wages, one to cover your place to live, and then the other one is for your living, general basic living. There's no room for anything else. Finally, the last thing is enjoyment. You want to live somewhere where you can enjoy yourselves without having to spend any money whatsoever. Like here, you can come to the beach and it won't cost you a bean. You can go out for walks and it won't cost you anything. And if you do decide to go to a resort, an excursion of some kind, they actually give concessions. Because it's a tourist country, for example, Malaysia, if you're a foreigner, they will charge you more. And if you're a local, they will charge you less. And that's a fact. So I am gunning to get my residency in this country for all of those reasons. But they are the top reasons why I left the UK. And finally, what I want to finish on is I am British. I was born in England. I love my birthplace. I grew up there. I spent the majority of my life there. Yeah, the weather's cold and I need some heat. But I think that's everyone, not just me. But it's unfortunate the way things are going now. But at the same time, life is for living. So get up off your backsides and do some exploring.